Hello! Welcome to another Cooking Cookies video. Today we're gonna teach you how to make simple but delicious classic chocolate chip cookies. Let's go! So guys, I'm Juliana, and first of all, what you need to make this recipe is a kitchen. No, not a chicken, a kitchen. Yes, much better. If you don't have one, but you do have an oven, you already halfway there. Okay, jokes aside, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine.
Hi guys, what's up? I'm Davi, and I'm going to tell you about the ingredients and their measurements. For this recipe, you need 1.5 cups of white flour, a quarter cup of brown sugar, half a cup of granulated sugar, and yes, it has to be these specific types of sugar, 100 grams of butter, which will melt and let cool. But you also can put in the fridge to make it quicker, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, which is optional but can't be missing, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, which will act as our leavening agent, and the amount and type of chocolate is up to you. In this video, we use 200 grams of icing chocolate, which is equivalent to 2 squares of a 1 kilogram chocolate bar. Now, Esther is going to explain a bit more about how we start this amazing recipe. Warning: this recipe contains a significant amount of sugar. People with diabetes, those on glycemic control diets, or those sensitive to glucose spikes should avoid consuming these cookies.
Hi, I'm Esther, and the first thing you have to do is get a bowl. In it, mix the granulated sugar, the brown sugar, and the cold melted butter. Remember, if you're unsure of the measurements, just rewind the video. You can mix by hand with a whisk, or if you prefer with a hand mixer. Until you have a very smooth cream. Now, add the egg and vanilla essence. Mix well until everything gets incorporated and creamy. And then, so done.
Next, add the flour and the sodium bicarbonate, little by little. Stirring gently so that the dough is very homogeneous. This step is very important to give the cookies the right texture. Now, for the final touch, add chocolate mix well so that it is distributed throughout the dough.
With the dough ready, take a spoon or a ladle and make small portions. You can even do this by hand. Remember not to make the portions too big, cause the dough will rise in the oven, and not too small so the dough doesn't get too thin when it rises. Place the portions of dough on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Leave a space between each cookie as they will grow a lot during the baking. If you want, you can add more chocolate on the top of your cookies, as we did in this video.
Refrigerate the batter for about 10 minutes. while you preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. When the cookies have cooled, put them in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Remember to keep an eye on them to make sure they don't overcook. Done! Now let the cookies to finish baking out of the oven before removing them from the baking tray. That way they will firm up and be even tastier. And oh, this recipe makes about 10 cookies, but the amount varies depending on the size of the portions.
That's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. These cookies are crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside, so they're definitely worth try at home. If you liked, leave a like and subscribe to Cooking Cookies for more videos. See you next time!
That's all, folks.